What up, it's your boy Incredible, and this is my discussion slash review for Dutton Ranch episode 2. And honestly, it was a little slow, but we got a lot of details. Let's talk about it.
Headed out for change, I just started on my quest. Yeah, the world will know my name, I'm excited, I'm obsessed. No one in my way but myself and a test. Yeah, I will be the best, yeah, I will be the best. Life is just a game, I'll be playing till I rest. I'll be there to claim my own spot among the best.
So in episode 2 is following right after episode 1, because if I'm not mistaken, episodes 1 and 2 both dropped last week. I know I'm late yet again, but so they came out together, so it kind of just flowed right into that episode. But what I'm loving is because they showed us how everything initially played out directly after the fire. Because in episode 1 we kind of just jumped straight ahead. I think it was 6 months into the future, so to speak. So we see them at the ranch now. Carter's going to school and everything. So all that's already been established. At the beginning of this episode, we see how that came into play, how they met the owner of the former ranch that they're on now, which is the Dutton Ranch, which was previously named the Edwards Ranch. We learned that the Jacksons, aka Beulah Jackson and her family, they wanted to buy it, but the people never really liked them. And like the biggest twist, which honestly, if you've been watching TV for a while and you've been around for a while, you would know that there was a twist coming with Oriana. I think that's how you say her name, Oriana. Anyway, she just happens to be Beulah's granddaughter, and Rob Will, aka Jai Courtney, is her father. So you knew there was going to be like a play on that, man, because of her and Carter kind of having this will they won't they type deal, him feeling a certain way about her. And obviously she feels the same, but she doesn't want to bring him into her family drama, because the moment she got a text from her grandmother, she kind of just pushed Carter away. And respectably, honestly, I get it. You don't want him to deal with your grandmother. You know how she is. You know how your family operates. So she don't really know how Carter family operates, so she doesn't want to pull him into her mess and her familial drama. And I respect that and understand it at the same time. I love that Carter's not going to give up on her completely. You know what I'm saying? She's got a man. Hey, Dad. What do you do if she got somebody already, man? You know how you navigate this? How you work around this angle to try to spin it back your way? And I love the advice Rip was giving him. You know what I'm saying? You just listen, and when she's wrong, she's right. And when you're wrong, she's right. It's just whatever she says, that's how it goes. And the moment he was finna tell him, like, well, have you ever been with another woman a woman that was with someone else? Rip thought about it. He heard back. Nah, hey man, well, conversation over. Party over. But I did enjoy that part of this episode. But we see how Beulah kind of runs her ranch a little bit, with obviously a little bit of fear thrown in there, and that kind of keeps everybody in line. But we see that the dude that they had, I guess you could say, catch the train, so to speak, his girlfriend, wife, whatever she was, and their kid came around asking questions. She's filing a missing persons report and everything. So she's not going to give this up. She came around because she knew that her boyfriend or husband or whatever, he didn't just vanish, you know what I'm saying, without even saying anything. And they keep trying to cover it up, but they're making it worse because they're adding fuel to the fire the way that they're doing it. But I love the fact that Rip came around this episode, found a body from episode 1, and put it on ice, and then dumped it down the mine shaft. I knew that mine shaft was going to come back into play when I saw him pull up beside it earlier in the episode. I was like, oh, buddy, finna catch another train. But it was just very reminiscent of Yellowstone. But I knew that, man, because the only thing I feel is that, honestly, I kind of wish Rip would have called the police. But I knew he wasn't going to do that, because that's not who he is, and that's not how he was raised. That's not how they do things when dead bodies pop up. You know what I'm saying? You just get rid of it because there's no questions if you get rid of it. And thinking logically, had he just called the police, it probably would have wrapped it up a whole lot smoother. But at the same time, now he's got questions from the police, because his body is on his land. The people, Rob Will dumped it on his land. So now Rip is like, well, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? He don't know who dropped it, where it's coming from. And we already got some tension going on between these two families, the Jacksons and the Duttons, so to speak, and like a Romeo and Juliet type situation as well. So there's a lot of pull and a lot of blowback. So Rip consciously, he made the right decision in my mind, just getting rid of the body. But there is a witness with the guy that, you know, found God, and he doesn't drink anymore. And we know there's a past there because he knows Azul and he knows Azul's father and everything. So there's a history there. But he was a witness. Now I don't know if he saw Whip actually tote something to the truck or if he just saw him drive off. There's a witness to that particular moment. So I don't know how that's going to play out. But we know that the report has been filed, and she's terrified because they tried to pay her off. She didn't buy it, so now she's on the verge of fleeing. You know, she's terrified, thinking something's going to happen to her and her baby. It's a lot of moving pieces, and this brought in a lot of action as well. But like I said, it slowed down because it gave us a lot of exposition going on forward. We have that moment where Beth sees that Beulah's trying to buy the bull that they want, and she's like, bid a little higher. Go again. You know what I'm saying? So like, they already have tension against each other, so it's gonna be nice to see how it plays out, especially with Carter and Oriana. I think that's how you say her name. It's gonna be a fun little ride, and I'm excited for episode 3, man. But I really enjoyed this episode. It felt very short. Episode 1 was like 55 minutes, and this one was like 42, I think, 47, somewhere around in there. So they shortened it from that very first episode, which was a given. Still a great episode in my opinion, man. We get some nice moments with Carter and Rip. I enjoyed those. Rip finally met Everett, so that was nice. And I have a correction from my very first video. It is the 10 Petal Ranch, not the 10 Point Ranch. So that makes a lot more sense. Honestly, I didn't really think about it, but I knew it was 10P, and I couldn't remember if it was 10 Point or 10 Petal. So correction on that. But overall, I'm excited for episode 3 to go dive in and check that out. And Friday's gonna be booming, man. This is really incredible. Don't forget to smash the like button so you can't smash any more. Comment down below, and I'd be sure to respond to each and every one of them. And subscribe. Peace out.
Cause I've been working a lot. I think I deserve a shot. I think I deserve a spot. Cause it's been years on this path that I walked. And if I keep going, I pray I'll be at the top.